Good afternoon, students. I'd like to go over week 1 challenge problem. This was the question number 2 from last week's homework. A lot of people had questions on it, looking back at what you guys had submitted. So really quick, just going to go through this. This skill is a very, very important skill when dealing with differential equations and looking at unit 7. The question says, which of the following is the solution to the differential equation dy dx equals e to the power of y plus x with the initial condition 0, y of 0 equals negative ln of 4. First, think of this as an ordered pair. When x is 0, the output is negative natural log of 4. So what we need to do, take the differential equation, and the very first step, you must always separate the x and y. Well, if you look at the way it's written originally, we have e to the power of y plus x. We can use a pre-calculus concept and split that up as the product of e to the power of y times e to the power of x. This allows us to separate the x and y together. So my next step is I'm going to divide both sides by 1 over e to the y dy, and then I'm moving the dx over to the other side. Now we're able to integrate, but I don't like the way that this is written on the left hand side. 1 over e to the y is better written as e to the negative y dy. Now notice the integral symbols. We're going to integrate both sides with respect to y and x. When I do that, I did a u substitution here. I didn't really show my work, but whose derivative gives me e to the negative y? Well, it's the exact same thing, e to the negative y, except for the negative is going to come outside, and that negative out in front is there to compensate for the negative in the exponent. Over on the right-hand side, the antiderivative of e to the x is e to the x plus c. Don't forget the plus c. Now I'm going to take the initial condition, 0, negative ln of 4, and we're going to plug that in for x and for y. Notice the negatives will reduce out, so I have negative e ln of 4, which the ln and e reduce out. So I'm left with negative 4 equals e to the 0 is always 1 plus c. If I move the 1 over, we get c equals negative 5. So separated the variables, integrated both sides, found c. The next step is plug c back into the equation. We always plug it right back into where we originally found it. And then I have to solve for y. So if I plug in negative 5 for c, I'm going to move the negative over first, so divide everything by negative 1. And then I have to get rid of e on the left-hand side. To do that, we take both sides to the natural log. The natural log in e will reduce out, leaving me with negative y. I'm not going to simplify the right-hand side, mostly because I can't, but it's not worth doing anything extra. And then the last step, move that negative over to the other side, and you get your final answer as y equals negative ln negative e to the x plus 5. And that's option C.